Hey there folks, Will here over at XAUUSD.com. First of all, welcome to the video. So Friday 27th of April, end of another trading week and end of another, more or less another trading month, one day left, which is Monday, and we're at the end of the month. So first off, let's see the results this week so far. So just a lot of scalping this week on lower time frames. Myself, I've been on lower time frames, and we'll just custom period. This week we started off on the 22nd, and we'll just go to thing, and you can see we've had around 6k profit this week. Totaling for the month, 6k profit this week's totaling for the month. Been really good the past 2 weeks. There we go. So around nearly 12k for the month of April so far, so pretty awesome stuff. Okay, so let's look into what's actually been happening this week. First off, we'll head over to the TraderX system, and we'll just look at trades as have happened this week. So okay, so let's look at something. We'll start off always in the euro. You see the euros finally broke out of this range that we've been talking about. There's a huge sell-off this week on the euro. I'm just trying to fix this copy screen. Okay, so the euros finally dropped out of this period here. We had this rally up on the weekly, and we had this period of distribution, and now we're heading down towards this weekly area here. So I can see price dropping all the way down to 117 after that breakout. First bounce is likely to happen around the 120 area, so we are likely to get a bounce here at 120. Okay, so this week pound has been sorry, the euro against the pound, euro against the dollar has been down, and got a nice before our area there. So we do. So euro USD at the minute bearish, get possible retracements this level, so it's good to sell the euro on retracements down towards these zones here on the weekly. So big week. US dollar wise, US dollar is finally heading up towards, if you follow my videos for a couple of weeks now, I've been talking about it heading up towards the 92-93 area, and it has been rallying pretty hard this week, and it's finally moving up towards the 92 zone. We're at 91.5 here, so it's finally broke out of here and heading north as expected. Above this we do have these weekly zones here up at 94 and 95, so we'll see how it reacts around 92, but this was a play of this weekly area here. Okay, price had this huge leg down into this weekly zone here that caused this high in the previous trend. Now price has accumulated here for a period of, well, since most of the year now. It's been just moving sideways, accumulating, getting ready for a pop-up. So depends what happens here. This looks like a very strong candle on the dollar, which could be bringing us we could be heading north. So we can have very strong candle, and looking at the monthly and the weekly, 94, 95 is possibly a target for this. So As expected, dollar's moving back up. USD JPY, again we've just hit a weekly zone here. We talked about this a few weeks ago also. This here area here holding on the weekly, comes down, tests it, and had the divergence signals just right at the zone, and it's been popping up nicely. So likely targets, if we're looking at we've got a weekly zone here. Let's possibly get a wee bit of a retracement over the coming week, and if it takes this out, possible move up towards these highs here, 112, 113. So watch it closely. USD CAD still moving strong. If you look at the weekly, another strong week. So this is, again, this is all play of these levels here. Okay, so if you look at this closely, just delete these. These are things I've been looking at. So we had this area here in the weekly that was touched here. Price touched it, created a new high here. This area here created a new high. And if we look at this here, more or less comes down and touches that area. I'm guessing, looking at this, there's a small, yeah, so a small daily area below that, which there was here. If you look at the daily area here, we have it here. More or less come down and touched it, bit of a divergence. Here, this created a new high. This is actually the area here that caused this new high. Price comes down, tests the area that caused the new high, and now this area here is likely to push up higher. Possibly a target of up here, or even higher, these last year's highs, up towards 137. So we'll see what happens around 132 zone here. But it's been another strong week on it. If we look at the TraderX systems, probably give us a good few signals on these pairs. USD CAD, see, we got last week we got the divergence signals, and it's been rallying. We had this signal, then rallying up from it. Look at the daily, huge signal here at this area. Great, this area caused this high in the previous trend. Price retraces, comes down to it. We get a daily signal of it to move higher, and a nice 200 pips. If you watched, if you're in the trading group, you would have got that signal last week. So a pretty powerful signal there on it. This here wasn't a signal because not really in a price action zone. Okay, Euro USD, similar story. No work heading down. You can see it in the daily. Down, nice daily zone between 119. Okay, it's popping down pretty heavily there. Similar story with the pound this week, been dropping heavily. Finally, we're down around 139 at the minute. We've got a weekly signal last week, so I'm liking this pound to start to drop here. Like I said, I've been targeting. We've got this weekly zone here at 133 600, or this 136 area here. So we'll see. But after that signal last week, this failed to push higher than this drop. So this is telling me that we're likely to be heading north for another couple of weeks. Or sorry, not north, south on the British pound USD. British pound yen. Similar story. We've had this divergence signal here. Price breaks. This failed to do anything. So liken this to. See, we've had this test of this area here, caused this low. Price comes up, test it, and move back down. So British pound Japanese yen. liking it to start maybe coming down a bit more over the next week or so. Aussie, British pound Aussie, again, very tricky. We've got a weekly signal on this week. If the signal stays, this could be a very bullish signal on the British pound Aussie. But it all depends if you're looking at this. It all depends if you're looking at the strength of the actual Aussie dollar, which is very weak also. So this arrow could fail. If we're looking at the daily here, we'll have to watch closely what happens today on this. We got it last week. We did get this. End of last week we got this signal here, and we've bought this all week. The pound Aussie up from around the 182 area, popped up nicely. If we just look at the Aussie USD, now we're deep in. We just came down into a weekly area here. This area caused this price move up here. Last week we did get a bearish signal on the Trader X system, and that would have brought us back down into this zone here this week, which has dropped pretty heavy from the start of the week. You see we got a continuation signal to go back down, but if you look at this, we're at a weekly or a daily area within a weekly, just about to touch it here. More or less just touched it yesterday at 75,350, and I'm liking a bit of a retracement here. This could be the start of a big move back up on the Aussie USD. So if I'm liking the pound to go down and the Aussie to go up, this British pound Aussie this year is likely to fail and start moving back down. Possible targets is this area here, 177. So very choppy up here, top of this area. Huge candle happening here at the minute today. So this is, I'm liking this, actually liking this to fail. So I'm liking this to pop back down and this arrow to disappear at the end of the day. So we'll know what happens when they're analysts on Sunday. Okay, so nothing much happening in the Euro, British pound. Okay guys, so that's one more actually, the Euro JPY. So this is a sell trade I'm actually in. Also my stop loss is not on that. So this is a sell trade I'm actually in. I took in a couple of days ago. Just got in a bit early. But I'm liking it to start to move back down here. You can see why I'm in this trade. This area here, it's actually this small area here I got in, moved up a little bit, but starting to move down in my way at the minute. It was this here actual area here that held on it, and this was the area here I took it at, coming into this zone here. I took it on this day here as it started to come down, popped up past Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now it's heading back down my way, and it's looking like it's going to be a good trade to play down here. Starting to move in my favor this week. Okay, so guys, so that's the weekly analysis this week, or not the weekly roundup. Some good moves happened this week. Oh yeah, I just had a quick look at this. Okay. See some nice sell signals happening there, and there's the Euro JPY, so I'm liking this to start to plummet. Okay, our trade on the Euro Swiss franc, it's up and down at the minute. If you're in the signal group, you know we took out 50 pips, 60, 70 pips, sorry, the other day in it, down here. And we're back in the trade also. We took out 50, 60 pips down at this zone here in the trading group, and we're back in it again and up here. We sold again yesterday. Okay, so that's the weekly roundup, guys. Don't forget to grab your free indicator below. If you want to learn how I actually analyze price action, you can head over to Udemy by visiting the link below and access my best-selling price action trading course. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on Monday with the weekly forecast. Okay.